Hey guys, John V from PhoneArena. You're watching our video review of the ZTE Grand X Max Plus. Now, this is a prepaid smartphone that's available right now through Cricket, and you can pick it up for $200, so pretty aggressive with the price point. And ZTE, surprisingly enough, has been attacking the prepaid market here in the US more so than the high end. And we saw that last fall with things like the ZTE ZMAX, and this device follows in the same path. Now, the first thing that really stands out is the design. Now, ZTE in the past has made some really cheap feeling phones, but that's not the case anymore. The Grand X Max Plus is very stylish. It's almost like a phablet due to its large size, but it's pretty skinny and also lightweight. And you have that premium quality in the form of the glass front, glass back, and you have this carbon fiber-like pattern to its rear casing. So the design is kind of stylish, you'd say. The display here is a 6-inch 720p LCD panel. It's not really big with the resolution, but it's still more than effective for surfing the web, making out small details from a normal viewing distance. You're not going to have to squint your eyes a whole lot to view what's on screen. And it has some really nice qualities too. First of all, it has a maximum brightness output of 526 nits, meaning that it's more than visible outdoors, and has a color temperature of 6700 Kelvin, which is close to that reference value of 6500 Kelvin. As far as colors go, it has a very punchy tone to it. Colors like magenta and green are a little bit inaccurate, but for the whole entire package, we really can't complain about the display. Now, it's running a customized Android 4.4.4 KitKat experience. Who knows if it's going to get Lollipop at this point, but it's basically straightforward and to the point. You have some customizations in the form of the giant size icons and also the widgets from ZTE, but beyond that, nothing really stylish about it, and the secondary software features are pretty much very few. It's powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 400 processor with 2 GB of RAM, and for basic things, of course, it's more than effective. But if you try to push it with things like games or heavy multitasking, it really begins to crawl. And we see that in things like the multitasking aspect with watching videos, where you could have a video running in a separate window and do other things as well. And the phone just starts to crawl at that point. Now, it has a 13 megapixel camera in the back, which is pretty big for a budget-oriented smartphone, so we're happy to see that. But best of all is that ZTE offers both a beginners and pro modes with the camera app itself. Now, with the beginners one, you get a lot of fun shooting modes that are available to you. But with the pro mode, you have some DSLR-like controls. So you have manual settings, different shooting modes, and it's really cool with the UI. They really appeal to both ends. And impressively enough, the camera takes some really sharp-looking photos, good details. It handles dynamic range pretty well. Neutral color reproduction. Of course, you're going to see a slight dip with its quality in lower lighting conditions, softer details, more noise in the shots, but overall, for an entry-level smartphone, it's pretty good. And the same thing applies with its 1080p video recording quality. You even have things like a very smooth, capture. You have also a gradual exposure, so it's not too sensitive. And top it off, the continuous autofocus is pretty spot on with it. So we're really impressed by the camera. The call quality, though, you want to stick with the earpiece more so than the speaker. The earpiece will get some really clear voices, strong tones out of it, a little bit of static sound, but it's not too terrible. But the speaker itself is very underpowered. It produces a maximum output of 68.4 decibels. So in noisy places, it is pretty mute and hard to hear. So stick with the earpiece. Another great thing about the phone is the impressive battery life. Now, it has a 3200 milliamp hour battery in the inside. And in our battery benchmark test, it achieves a mark of 10 hours, 20 minutes, which is really up there in the chart. So it's a long-lasting smartphone, get you good battery life, and some instances it managed to get us through 2 days of normal usage. Overall, though, the ZTE Grand X Max Plus is a pretty formidable entry-level smartphone for Cricket Wireless. $200, good value. It might not be big in the specs, but has a nice design, some really nice qualities to it, good camera, long battery life, so really can't complain about it. So if you guys want to learn more about the ZTE Grand X Max Plus, you could check out our website, PhoneArena.com. John V. Thanks for watching.